Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is April, and today we're going over September new releases. I thought there wasn't that many in September, so I wasn't even gonna do a video, but what do you know? I actually looked at my list again. There's a ton. There's a ton. So let me get some water and then we'll get right into it. On September 1st, which is actually today, A Storm in Every Heart by Kate King. This is the second book from her fairy tale series. Really enjoyed the first book. It was very quippy, very fun, very adventurous. This one has to do with the Little Mermaid or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care. I just know Kate King. I love her writing. It's always a joy to read, and I want to read this one too. Then we have A Kingdom of Sand and Ice by J.F. Johns. A Kingdom of Shadow and Ash, top book, one of the top books of this year that I read earlier. Completely surprised me with how high fantasy it was, but also a really good romance as well. So I want to continue on with the series. I need to know what's going to happen to all these people. There's so many storylines in play. I just need to know how they're going to go. So I do have the arc of that, but obviously I'm behind in arcs. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the book on Kindle Unlimited instead today. Cannot wait to read it at some point when I start reading again, because life has gotten in the way. And then on the second is a book called Stolen by the Gargoyle. This is by an author called Alira Series. Haven't read from this author before, but I'm a little obsessed with gargoyles right now. I made one already. I'm working on my second gargoyle right now, my crochet gargoyle. I've been obsessed with gargoyles, so I think I want to get back to a gargoyle book. I think Becky recommended this to me, and I absolutely will try it out. And then we have Eldritch by Carrie Lake. This is the second book from Anathema. I've been dying to know what happens to this shadow daddy. And the girl too, I can't remember her name now, but I freaking love the series. We don't have fall here. We don't have fall here. Our fall is Halloween. So Gothic books just put me so in the mood, and I'm so ready to read a bunch of Gothic books. This is definitely a Gothic series that I'm obsessed with, and I cannot wait to read the second one. Speaking of Gothic, another Gothic book that's coming out on the 9th is called Unraveled by Abby Fox. This book and its art have been haunting me on Instagram. The algorithm just really wants me to read this book, and I did get an arc of it, so I will be reading this book. But even so, I'm leaning towards buying the special edition because I love the cover of this, and it also has inside artwork as well. It has a step back of some kind and then art on the inside, and I love that. It has a sticker page. I don't know why I'm obsessed with the sticker page, but I really want to get this book. It is, I should probably tell you what some of these books are about. This one is Beauty and the Beast retelling. However, it has Howl's Moving Castle vibes. It's Gothic, it's enemies to lovers. It's gonna be bloody, okay, and Victorian. That's all I know. This is the second book in the series. This is Their Wicked Cage by Laura Buckheit. The first book in the series was just a fun, spicy time, okay? Let me tell you, it's with vampires, but it's fantasy romance. She was having to be a sacrifice for her sister, so she goes out on the town the night before as kind of a last hurrah. She has a one-night stand with a guy who ends up being her fated mate, vampire lover. They have to find out how to get out of the situation that they're in, and it was a good time. I loved it. It was great. I don't know if the second book follows that book, but I really want to read it because it was just so fast-paced, so fun, such a breath of fresh air between these long epic fantasies. I really love a book that gets right down to it sometimes, because I just need those types of books in between these very long drawn out fantasy romances. And the 23rd is What Fury Brings by Trisha Levenseller. And I'm kind of up in the air with if I want to read this book or not. I love Trisha's books, absolutely love her books, and I'm so excited that this is her first adult fantasy romance book. but all the women in here act like men and they do all the terrible things that men do. And I just don't know if that's the feminine rage I need. Like, I don't want to hate women. So I'm really like I feel like this is just a book that I'm gonna have to try and see if I like and figure it out for myself. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna love this one, but I know I love Trisha's writing. You're gonna get a really good written book from this. So we'll just have to see when it comes out. Also on the 23rd is a new book from Bryn Weaver. Again, I've been obsessed with Bryn Weaver's writing. This is tourist season. You're gonna get another slasher rom-com type of book in this, a little bit gross, a lot of bit funny. That's all I want from Bryn Weaver right now. She is giving to me what I want. Okay, she's giving it. Book I already read and I really loved, Ladies in Hating by Alexandra Vasti. This is a historical romance and it's a sapphic historical romance with two Gothic novelists. They have a bit of a competition going because one thinks the other is stealing her work. They end up in a Gothic mansion together that's crumbling and has a bit of a supernatural force in it. So they're trying to uncover this mystery together, all while trying to work together and, you know, define boundaries that neither of them wants to keep. It was really good. It was really quirky, really cute too, but also very, very hot. And I really enjoyed it. The next book is from a debut author that I really want to try. This one's called A Vow of Shadow and Blood. This is by Charlene Antrobus, and this book is about a human girl who is bred and has lived her entire life to be a servant to vampires. She has a special ability where she can change her blood into being poison for vampires, and she's never wanted to use that ability and be found out until something happens to her sister. And now it's a case where she either has to assassinate a crown prince to save her sister or risk being killed herself. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it promises to be epic. It's definitely enemies to lovers at some point, and I'm just really curious. You know how I like to read debut authors. So this one has been on my radar for a while. I think also it has some really cool art. If I can find the art, I'm going to put it here. It's probably why I put it on my list to begin with. But yeah. This book comes out, oh man, it just got pushed back. It says October 15th now. Well, I'm sorry, we'll have to wait one more month. Then on September 30th, we have The Earl That Got Away. This is by Diana Quincy. I am kind of in a little bit of a historical romance kick right now. I've read a couple. This one also I have right now, and I need to get to. I absolutely adore Diana Quincy's writing. This is a persuasion retelling. We have an Arab American girl who breaks up with a guy because she doesn't think he's successful enough for her family. You know, years later, that guy is now the Earl of something. The Earl of something. And she meets him by chance again. He thinks she's after his money. So he's really irritated and heartbroken still over her rejection, and they keep getting thrown together in these situations. And I'm sure sparks are still flying after all these years. I adore Diana Quincy's writing, so I definitely will be getting to this very soon. And then we have Alchemized by Senlin Yu. I might be the only person that will not be reading this book, but I put it on here because I know a lot of you will probably want to read this book. All I know is it's very Handmaid's Tale-ish, and it's very tragic, and it'll break your freaking heart. And that's pretty much why I won't be reading it. I don't really feel like being broken right now any more than I already am. So no, won't be crying over this one. Okay, that's just not gonna be me. But I do hope you guys read it and enjoy it, and you can let me know if you do or not. Also on the 30th, we have Tragically Yours. I probably will be reading this one because it's a novella. This one is a bunch of interconnected standalones based on these different fated mates. This one says it's Dean and Fawn's story, and that's all I know. That's all I know about it. I do know that I really liked the first one. I need to read the second one. This is the third one, but you do not have to read them in order. Again, the first one was told over letters. some very interesting letters, and it was a good time. I really highly enjoyed it, gave it 5 stars, so I definitely want to continue on with the series. And then we have this adorable book called The Underachiever's Guide to Love and Saving the World. I'm not sure this is a romance, but I think I did request it on NetGallery in the romance section. But this sounds so adventurous, so fantasy. It's a portal fantasy, but it says it's the hating game meets Legends and Lattes, so it's a fantasy rom-com. Okay, fantasy rom-com. And I actually will read you some of the synopsis because it just sounds so adorable. It says Courtney's only goal in life is to have no goals until her neighbor Bryce shatters her peace by inexplicably deciding Courtney is his arch nemesis. Now her goal in life is to hate him back. Just after they decide to loathe each other, they are thrown into a portal and into a fantasy world where they meet a prophecy-obsessed mentor who claims one of them is the chosen one, and they are destined to defeat an unknown evil. They accidentally unleash a dragon, summon an undead army, and almost poison that mentor by giving him peanut butter. Their only way back to the real world is to have charisma, and they have to get people to like them enough and become worthy heroes. Look, this just sounds ridiculous. It sounds cute. It sounds like a bit of an enemies to lovers type thing. But again, I don't know if there's romance or if there's like a budding romance or whatever. I don't know yet. But this just sounded too cute not to try to get an arc of. I have one. I'm going to be reading it. Again, I'm just kind of obsessed with the ridiculousness of whatever is in this synopsis. And then the last book I have for September is called To Heist and To Hold by Christina Britton. This is a new series from Christina Britton, so I'm really excited to read this one as well. I have it. Again, I got a lot of arcs recently, okay? I need to stop requesting them. But this is with a vigilante widow and a casino owner. The vigilante hero here is Heloise, and she is trying to infiltrate a casino that is said to be corrupt and hurting people. So she's going to go undercover in that casino, and then we have the casino owner who's trying to clean up a mess that his brother left him. And so she's poking around her head in his casino, and he wants to know why. So this one sounds like it's going to be really cute. I love a good heist. I want to see what's going on with this casino, and I definitely can't wait for another Christina Britton. Oh, I forgot one. This is a strange one for me to be putting on the list, but it's Soul Searching by Lila Sage. Now, I have not read a book by Lila Sage yet, and I typically don't like cowboy romances or anything, but this is like small town, and it's said that this girl is coming back to a small town, and then the guy's name is Brady Cooper. And I mean, come on, you know who that's modeled after. Anyways, there's some kind of supernatural element into this, which I think could be really interesting for me, and I might actually like a small town romance. Plus, I can't not look at these covers. They're so beautiful. Like, they are absolutely beautiful. So hopefully, if I do get around to reading this book, which probably will be much later in the year, hopefully I'll like it. You never know. Anyways, those are all the books coming out in September that I'm interested in. Let me know if any of these are interesting to you as well. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.